Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Zero.
And I'm Emma. We're on day 11 of our English learning journey, and today we're going to talk about something super important: how to improve your English speaking skills without fear.
Exactly, we've all been there, right? You know, you're in a conversation and suddenly you freeze. Your mind goes blank. Your heart races. It's scary, but it doesn't have to be.
Nope, it doesn't. The good news is, you're not alone. Fear is something that happens to everyone, even to native speakers sometimes. So today, let's chat about ways to overcome that fear and start speaking English more confidently.
Let's dive into it.
So, Zero, why do you think people feel afraid to speak English?
Great question, Emma. Honestly, I think a big part of it is the fear of making mistakes. People get scared of sounding wrong or not being understood. But here's the thing. We're all learning, and mistakes are part of that process. No one is born speaking perfectly, not even native speakers.
I totally agree. And there's also the fear of being judged, right? You're talking to someone and you think, what if they think my accent is weird? Or what if I don't know the right word? That fear can stop us from even starting the conversation in the first place.
That's so true. But here's a secret. Nobody is paying as much attention to your mistakes as you think they are. Most people are just focused on understanding you. So, the more you speak, the more you realize it's not about perfection. It's about communication.
All right, so how can we start speaking without fear? What's the first step, Zero?
Well, the first step is to embrace mistakes. Mistakes don't make you a bad speaker. They make you a learner. One thing I always remind myself is that speaking is a skill. And just like any other skill, it gets better the more you practice. So you've got to be okay with making mistakes along the way.
Exactly. And to add to that, I'd say practice in safe spaces, like talk to friends or people you trust. You can make mistakes without worrying about judgment, and that will help you build more confidence before speaking with strangers or in formal situations.
That's a great point. So, start with people who are supportive, whether it's your language partner, a family member, or even someone in an online group. And don't overthink it. Just speak naturally, even if you feel nervous.
You know what else I think gets in the way of speaking confidently? Perfectionism. Some people get so caught up in saying things perfectly, but it's not necessary to do that at all.
100%. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress. Focus on getting your message across, not on the exact words or grammar. English isn't just about memorizing rules. It's about being able to communicate your thoughts. People will get what you're saying, even if your grammar isn't perfect.
And remember, even native speakers make mistakes. I bet a lot of people don't realize that. They might get grammar wrong, use slang incorrectly, or mix up tenses, but it doesn't make them less fluent.
Exactly. So, let's stop aiming for perfect English and focus on progressive improvement.
Another thing that can really help is making speaking a daily habit. Just like you brush your teeth every day, you can add a little speaking practice into your routine.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be long. Even just 5 minutes a day makes a huge difference. You can practice by recording yourself, speaking about something simple, like your day or your thoughts on a topic.
Oh, I love that idea. And when you listen to your recordings, don't be too critical. Notice the areas where you did well and celebrate those small wins.
Small wins add up to big progress. Trust me.
Okay, Zero. I think we've covered a lot of ground. But what about the fear of speaking with strangers or in new situations? Any advice there?
That's a tough one. But here's the thing. You'll never feel 100% ready for new situations. But the more you put yourself out there, the easier it gets. So, start with low-pressure situations. For example, you could join a group chat where you only need to speak once in a while. Slowly build your confidence until you feel comfortable stepping into more challenging conversations.
And a little tip for people in situations like that: just keep it simple. If you're nervous about using complex vocabulary or phrases, don't force it. Keep your sentences simple and focus on speaking clearly. It's way more important to communicate than to use fancy words.
So, to sum it up, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Practice every day and build confidence step by step. The more you practice, the less fear will get in your way.
Exactly. And remember, speaking English is a journey, not a race. It's okay to take your time. Just enjoy the process of learning and don't be afraid to speak, even if you're not perfect yet.
That's right. Thanks so much for tuning in to day 11. If you enjoyed today's podcast, don't forget to hit subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow with more tips on mastering English. Keep practicing, and until next time, speak without fear.
Catch you later, guys. Take care.